Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be continuing into part 2 of What If Videl became a half Saiyan. If you haven't seen part 1, there is a title card where you can go check it out and see what happened in the last part. But today we'll be going into Dragon Ball Super with the rare Resurrection F arc, since in most of my what ifs that arc is prevented. How strong has Gohan and the others gotten while training under Beerus? Will the fighters on Earth be able to hold off Frieza's army? What has Videl been up to after the birth of their child? Also, if y'all are interested, I own a Discord server for anyone who wants to join and talk more about Dragon Ball with me and other viewers. Maybe give us some of your own ideas of what ifs, and maybe in the future, I could do them. Check the link in the description down below. For today's question of the video comes from C410 Gamer. Their question is, what motivates you to keep posting what if videos? And honestly, the thing is, I like the whole aspect of writing a story. I have all these ideas, and this is my way of kind of sharing my ideas to everyone else. I love Dragon Ball. It's my favorite show, anime of all time, always has been since I was young, and I was so into all the what if scenario videos or parts of the game that I've seen when I was younger, and I thought it would be cool if I made my own because I just watched so many of them from different creators like Cartoon Dojo, Masako X, Salad Saiyan, and I just like the idea of me sharing my stories of possible different scenarios for the Dragon Ball story to everyone else, and that's just what I like doing. I like writing stories, especially about my favorite anime, and it's just always new and fresh seeing how the story could have went if something else had happened. Thank you so much for your question. If you want your comment to be featured in the next video, just comment down a question you'd like for me to answer, and maybe you'll be lucky for your comment to be featured in the next video. Without further ado, let's dive into part 2 of What If Videl Became a Half Saiyan. Now, I do see all my comments of the first part about why Vegeta is staying dead permanently. Now, in the original story, Vegeta was sent to hell after sacrificing himself. I mean, it makes sense why he did after the whole Majin Vegeta fiasco. He was given the chance to come back because of the situation with Majin Buu to help Goku. But since Buu was stopped a lot earlier on, King Yama wouldn't give that option to Vegeta, so he would remain dead in hell being reincarnated. I also did see a comment about saying how Frieza came back to life in Super, but to be honest, Super has plenty of plot holes and contradicts a lot of things that were stated in Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, sadly, for the remainder of this what if, Vegeta will not be making a return. Now, where we left off, Gohan, Goku, and Piccolo all went to Beerus' planet for the last few months, with Gohan and Goku obtaining Super Saiyan Blue, and Piccolo close to obtaining a new form of power. Videl also gave birth to Pan, and after a little while she began her training once again. With having Gohan's potential, she quickly caught up for the lost time. As she also began training Goten and Trunks, as with the other three off-world, they are the strongest three on Earth currently. The remainder of Frieza's army would still manage to collect the Dragon Balls on Earth and manage to resurrect Frieza. Frieza would train up for the 6 months in order to grow stronger than Goku, as he still wants his revenge. The Z-Fighters will all sense Frieza's army, and some even recognizes Frieza's power as well. The Z-Fighter group that would fight off Frieza's army would stay the same except Piccolo and Gohan not being around, but they would be covered with Videl, Goten, and Trunks being around. With the additional help of the 3 hybrid Saiyans, and the fact that they are all stronger this time around, the Frieza soldiers wouldn't stand much of a chance against the Z-Fighters. Also, probably worse for Frieza is the fact that Piccolo knows the Kai Kai. In the original story, Goku needed someone to be strong enough to sense their ki to teleport to Earth, which caused a little problem until Gohan had to power up so that Goku can sense his ki. Here, the hybrid Saiyans are more than strong enough to be sensed by Goku, but the difference with the instant transmission and the Kai Kai is that the Kai Kai will be able to teleport to a comrade regardless of how far they are, as the issue would be solved easily. With the arrival of Gohan, Goku, and Piccolo on Earth early, Frieza would get into a fight with Goku. This fight would go out as normal. Arguably, Goku could be slightly stronger this time around, and without Vegeta there wouldn't be an argument about who would fight Frieza. And without Vegeta drawing out the battle to torture Frieza and ultimately giving Frieza the chance to blow up the planet. Now, with killing Frieza, I am not too sure if Goku would do that, as in the Resurrection F movie, he ended Frieza to stop him from destroying the planet again. But in the Broly movie, he spared him. Goku isn't the type to kill most of the time, so I think he would beat Frieza and spare him again, just making sure that he would keep tabs on Frieza. Continuing on with the story, I think Gohan would decide to stay on Earth to spend time with his family. For Videl, I don't think she would even have to go to Beerus' planet to continue training, as she could train with Gohan and grow from him. And since Gohan is very smart, I feel like he could try to pass down what he learned with his time training under Whis to Videl, Goten, and Trunks. Some more time would pass as Champa would pay a visit to Beerus while Goku and Piccolo were training. They would have their argument over which universe is better till Goku gave the idea on a tournament between the 2 universes. Now, with building the team, Goku and Piccolo would participate in the team. However, with Vegeta and Majin Buu out of the picture, they would need to find others to join. Hearing about this tournament, both Gohan and Videl would participate, with Pan staying with Mr. Satan and Chi-Chi. They only had one spot left, but they had Goten and Trunks around, and they came up with the idea of using Gotenks to be the last fighter. With how strong everyone is at this point, Piccolo achieved a new form while training with Goku. Videl hasn't been able to achieve the God transformations, but was aiming for another form as she felt a stronger power within herself, as Gohan too sensed the same other form of power. Goten and Trunks grown stronger, but they themselves cannot transform into Super Saiyan gods, but they do have the God Ki and can sense it. And when fused into Gotenks, they can transform into Super Saiyan God form. With the lineup, it would be Goku, Gotenks, Gohan, Piccolo, and Videl. First matchup would be Goku versus Botama, which would end up the same with Goku throwing Botama out of the ring with ease. Goku would then face off against Frost, still making Frost transform into his final form, and that is when they would begin their fight. Goku this time around would be slightly stronger than his canon self, as he was dead for longer in this what if scenario. But he did have training partners like Gohan when he began his training under Beerus, so I would say it's safe to say that Goku is a little stronger than his canon self. Also to be noted, Gohan is the strongest one out of the group, as no doubtably he surpassed his father in strength. Goku would still be stabbed with Frost's hidden poison dart and be knocked out of the arena. Goten and Trunks would fuse to become Gotenks to fight against Frost. Now he knows there is a time limit to the fusion, so he cannot use Super Saiyan God right away without shortening their time in the fusion. With the fight, Frost would actually be struggling quite a bit by trying to hit Gotenks with his needle. Gotenks is a type of fighter that has a unique type of fighting style that's being basically unpredictable. I believe that Frost would have trouble trying to find the right moment to strike. Piccolo would also see how Frost is cheating, as he would spot the hidden needle, ending with Gotenks being strong enough to knock Frost out of the arena and advancing through the next round. Piccolo would also reveal the truth of Frost, showing that he is cheated and bringing Goku back into the tournament. Then Gotenks would fight against Automagetta, which honestly would be a really easy fight for Gotenks, as it wouldn't take long for them to proclaim an insult to Automagetta, seeing that being his weakness, shooting out more insults until he would run out of the arena, being eliminated. Gotenks would then face off against Cabba. They would think that it's cool to see a Saiyan from another universe, but I don't think they would help Cabba learn the Super Saiyan form, as they wouldn't be too good as teachers to teach how to get the form. And I'm not having Gotenks say that they get a tickly feeling on their back. I see it more plausible that Gotenks would flex and make fun of Cabba for not being able to transform into a Super Saiyan. Easily they would knock out Cabba without much effort and get into the final fighter from Universe 6. At this point, Gotenks is getting full of himself, as when he would see Hit, he wouldn't think much of him, especially after seeing the fighting stance that Hit has. Gotenks would try to rush at Hit, trying to end the fight quickly, but that is when suddenly Gotenks would be punched right into the gut and be sent flying out of the arena. Everyone is shocked, not understanding what just happened, as Hit never moved to attack. By the time Gotenks returned to everyone else, they defuse as their time limit has run out. They were kind of embarrassed and upset about how they lost easily, thinking that they were about to win the whole tournament. Gohan told them not to worry, as he would win it for them. Gohan would step into the arena, ready to face Hit. Once the battle begins, Gohan transformed into a Super Saiyan Blue form, not wanting to risk anything. Gohan is smart and wouldn't rush into the fight without knowing more about his opponent. They would be at a standstill until Hit would make the first move, but once he started his time skip ability, that is when Gohan can actually see it happen this time around, and even move his body, as when he was watching the fight in his base form, he didn't see it happen. With Gohan being a lot stronger than canon Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but he is not stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku stacked with Kaioken, so he wouldn't be able to break through the time skip. Gohan would be smart enough to figure out that if he was strong enough, he could break through the time skip, but he would struggle trying to fight Hit, as nothing he did could allow him to touch Hit. He was growing angry that he couldn't stop Hit, but he knew that there was something stronger within him. During his time training on Beerus' planet, and with Videl, there was a power within him, and Videl as well. He felt close to achieving it, but still lacked in something. He remembers back to when he was training with Goku in the time chamber for the Cell games, when he was trying to unlock the Super Saiyan 2 transformation. He remembers when his father told him that power comes from a need and not a desire. He felt the need for this power, that Gohan was the only one who could beat Hit and win the tournament for this universe. He got himself to remember those same feelings he felt all those years ago, as the situation seemed so similar to him, that everything is on him and he cannot lose. All the mixed up emotions allow him to break that barrier, as he yells out, powering up, as a huge pressure wave explodes, blinding everyone, and Hit being pushed back a bit. Once everyone looks over at Gohan, the power everyone senses is immense, that even the gods are impressed. He would attempt to attack Gohan, using his time skip ability, but this time around Gohan breaks through the time skip completely, as he changed the tide of the battle, beating on Hit rather easily. Hit was not fast enough to counterattack Gohan with his newfound strength. Gohan would knock Hit out of the arena, winning the tournament for Universe 7. As they celebrated, that is when Zeno would arrive, scaring the two gods, warning them that the tournament was against the rules, but he did find the matches entertaining, especially Gohan's new transformation, as Goku would give the idea of a tournament between all the other universes, as Zeno liked the idea, but then eventually they would leave and the others would return back to their respective universe. We look into the future timeline seeing Trunks beaten, trying to fight this new threat, as he is very powerful, until he sees the smoke clears up, and that is when he sees a familiar face, a face that he thought he would never see again. As we look over to see Gohan Black, as Zamasu has taken Gohan's body, but not the Gohan Trunks knew. And that's where I leave it off for now. Tell me how y'all think about the second part and how I did with the continuation of this What If. How do y'all feel about Gohan Black? Who will be able to stop him and save the future timeline? When the Tournament of Power inevitably comes, what will Universe 7's team look like? What could have happened differently? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. If y'all are interested and enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post another part. I promise the next part will be better. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next part. See ya.